Hi you guys, this is Anosha and I'm back with a makeup tutorial. This time I was doing my client. Her name is Tashelle. So if you would like to see how I got this look, keep watching. So that is my model Tashelle. So to begin with, I moisturized her face and then I went in with some Smashbox primer. And I got all into those creases and into those pores on her face. Here I went in with my Absolute New York Slim Eyebrow Pencil in the shade Smoke. Now, prior to this video, I really had to do a lot of grooming for her eyebrows. She has very, very thick, curly hair. So her eyebrows were thick here, but imagine they were even thicker. So one thing that I would like to say, I like to be honest. Well, I would like to be honest in this video because when I watch other makeup tutorials, when I catch certain things, or I appreciate makeup artists when they acknowledge where they made a mistake or something that they don't like. So, of course, the look came out amazing, but when it came to her eyebrows, I didn't really like how this eyebrow that I'm working on right here in this video came out. I realized later on that it was a little bit more straight. I could have gave it a little bit more curvature, just like the one on the left side, which is her right. However, it still came out well, but I just wanted to put that out there before someone tries to drag me about it. But basically, I went in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Honey, Warm Honey. And I use that to conceal underneath her eyebrows and on top. And I'm using a Morphe cut crease brush to do this. I started using this brush for eyebrows because it just has more control and I like the shape of the brush. And it just really carves out the eyebrows really nicely. So after shaping out the eyebrows, I used this brush that I usually use for my concealer and I went in with the P. Louise base in the shade number 3. And I just used that and tapped it onto her eyelids. And it's just really important to just really press that in. To continue, I went and I used a eyeshadow brush. It was pretty thick and I used that to tap in the product even more. It basically picks up the product, the excess product, and it just really gets it nice and blends it into the skin. So I did that for the actual eyelids and also on the top of the eyebrows, as you can see here. So here I'm applying my handy dandy tape. I like to use tape just to make my eyeshadow look very clean and sharp. Here I'm using MAC Saddle eyeshadow as my transition color. I sped this part up because it is a lot of blending. So what I like to do is go in windshield swiping motions, and just basically going back and forth, building that color up. And you just have to be patient and build it up. Sometimes the base, when you apply it to the eye, it will drag, so you have to make sure you have enough product on your brush and that you make it go back and forth enough. So in the transition / outer V portion of her eye, I went in with Morphe's 35V palette and I found this pretty color to apply. I just kept on going in and blending that color in the windshield swiping motions. And don't mind my little twist, you guys. I'm natural, and I wash my hair so nice and did my two-strand twist. So those are my little twists that you keep seeing in the camera. But then I went in with my Urban Decay Naked palette, and I used the color Smog for the total base, and then I went in with Half Baked, which is that more lighter gold color in the inner portion of the lid. For eyebrow highlight, I use my Fatima Did It in the shade number 1 highlighter. For a liquid liner, I use my Sephora Precision eyeliner in black. Like I mentioned before, she has very thick curly hair on her eyebrows, on her eyelashes, everything. And it kind of was a hard time for me to put her lashes on, but thank God I was able to get them on. So she has oily skin, so for additional primer, I went in with my Milk of Magnesia and I painted that on her face. It actually was a light coat. I know it looks like a lot, but it really wasn't that much. So for foundation, I use Maybelline's Fit Me in the shade Spicy Brown and Coconut. I had to mix foundation for her skin tone, and it came out nice. So I'm using my Real Techniques brush, and as you can see, I'm tapping it into her skin and in her neck. I really try my best to get some foundation on my client's neck because I hate when the neck and the face are different colors. I know sometimes it's like you can't help it and you're never gonna always get a complete match, but I try my best to go in there and put foundation on the neck. However, it's all about tapping the foundation into the skin until it looks like your client's skin. And it gets even better when the foundation dries and gets tacky, and you just continuously blend that in the skin. I took some of that foundation and I got this brush and I applied it to the top portion of her eyebrows. Using the Real Techniques brush, I don't like to get too close to the eyebrows because then of course it will cause the foundation to get on the eyebrows. So then I went in with the Real Techniques setting brush, I believe it's called, and I used that to tap in the foundation on top of her eyebrows, underneath her eyes to get those creases, and near the bridge of her nose. For concealer, I used LA Girl Pro Concealer in Warm Honey. And as you can see, I applied it to her chin area, her cupid's bow, the bridge of her nose, her forehead, and underneath her eye. I like using a brush to apply the concealer. because as you can see, I also used it to clean up the sides of her eyes, and also because it gets underneath the crease of the eye even better. I went in with my smaller Real Techniques brush and I pressed in that concealer, tapping motions once again. Here I use my Real Techniques setting brush, the smaller one, and I use that to press in that concealer underneath her eye to make sure I got those wrinkles, those little tiny wrinkles out really well, so when I apply the setting powder, it doesn't crease. For contour, I use Black Opal's Cream Stick Foundation in the color Hazelnut. So once again, I used my Real Techniques brush and I tapped that into the skin in all the areas I applied the cream contour. Here I'm using my Airspun translucent powder and I'm applying it underneath her eyes, chin, cupid's bow, and forehead before going in with my banana powder, so I could set that cream concealer. I made sure to get around her mouth. I know it kind of looks like I overdosed, OD'd on her setting powder, which I probably did a little bit, but I love to bake. And I made sure to really try to get deep underneath the eye so it could get those areas so it won't crease. And then also around her mouth, because she also gets laugh lines. So what you're gonna do is you get the same brush that you applied your foundation with and you use that to tap that setting powder into the skin. The leftover foundation on the brush helps melt it into your skin, and this is what helps you avoid flashback along with spraying your setting spray. So if you don't want any flashbacks in your pics, sis, and you don't want to be looking like a ghost, like you about to hunt somebody, make sure you are pressing in your setting powder with your foundation brush, okay? To set her face, I use MAC's Dark Deep Mineralized Skin Finish. To set the cream contour, I use Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Medium to Dark palette. to set her eyebrows, I'm using my e.l.f. gel, eyebrow and mascara gel. For blush, I went in with Juvia's Place, the Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette, and I used her orangey shade blush. I told her, I said, take a deep breath. And I applied the setting spray to her face. So like I mentioned before, you want to take your same foundation brush and you want to tap in that setting spray. I just went in with some of my Maybelline mascara, and she has gorgeous bottom lashes. Like, she has bottom lashes for days. People pay for those type of bottom lashes. So to contour her nose some more, I went in with MAC's Dark Deep and I contoured her nose. I start at the top of the eyebrow down to the bottom and underneath the tip of the nose, and you know, we had to snatch that thing. So my favorite part, one of my favorite parts, is the highlighting part. So I went in with my Juvia's Place Loose Highlight in Nubian, and my God, before you buy this highlighter, they tell you, warning, at your own risk, little bit goes a long way, and they are not lying. You have to just put a little amount on your brush, and look at that beautiful glow that it gives. So from what you've seen, I went and I got her Cupid's bow area, the bridge of her nose, the tip of her nose, her forehead area, and here on her cheeks. You can see that glow right there. So pretty. To line her lips, I used MAC's lip pencil. The name is Cork, and it's like a nice light to medium brown color. I applied some pink lipstick to her lips, and I went in with some lip gloss. I went in with Fenty in the shade Fussy, and then I also applied the name Room Service, which is Tarte's H2O gloss, on top of that. And then I went back in with that lip pencil and sharpened up her lip. So to finish everything off, I used my setting spray and I just fanned it on her face to help it dry, and you know, fixed her hair up. She thinks I'm so funny. She loves me so much. But yeah, you guys, this is the completed look. This is cell phone footage in my hallway. As you can see, that highlight is on point. And I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I had fun making this, and trust me, there's more to come for all skin tones. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on my YouTube page, and follow me on Instagram at makeup_by_Anosha. Thanks again for watching, you guys.